you guys remember the video that I did talking about how California, basically their public officials, and go watch that. We went through the news article and everything. You can go watch that video. Admitted to withholding information about the virus as it pertains to when they would lift these restrictions and stuff. Like they had just, like we basically what they were saying is that if we put that information out, it would confuse and mislead the public. So basically, you as a public, as an individual, as a citizen, you have no say. And obviously, if in the event that we're gonna stop doing the restrictions, but more so, you cannot be trusted with this information. You cannot be trusted, and I guess this is kind of goes right to the nanny statism that I'm so against, in that these people treat you like you are a child. And they are control freaks, and they want to make sure that they control every aspect of your life. Because in the event that you don't, you'll kill grandma or something like that. And they can't just have you guys making decisions for yourself. No. So basically, as reported right here by ABC 7, California health officials lift stay-at-home order for all regions. In a press release, health officials said 4-week projection of ICU capacity in 3 regions were expected to hit above 15%. California health officials have lifted the regional stay-at-home order for all areas statewide on Monday morning, which is today, including blah, 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 where areas still remain under 15%. So now, I think we got to be a little nuanced, dare I say, about this, because you need to understand what's happening. Basically, areas, the reason why that they gave, right, these ICU capacities that they gave as to why these areas are leaving or having to have regional lockdowns or stay-at-home orders. Those measures are still the same in a lot of places, but they are lifting the stay-at-home order. So you look at that as a positive, and on net, yes. But you also, and I guess that's where the conversation now has to be had, is that, well, why on earth did they lock people down in the first place? What was the motive? Why are they withholding information as well? But more so, as you look here, which we're going to discuss in a little bit more in detail, Carol noted, California, they closed their indoor dining and December 7th, these were the daily new cases and the 7-day average. The 7-day average is actually above what it was then, yet they're lifting the order. So it's almost like that had nothing to do with as to why they had the orders in the first place. Because the cases have actually, the 7-day average has actually gone up. Yet now they are allowing people to go back to doing what it was that they're doing. It's almost as if this was a purely political move. Let's continue on with this article, though. A majority of counties within the 3 areas were returned to the purple tier in Governor Gavin Newsom's color-coded tier system, which, while less restrictive than stay-at-home order, still requires non-essential businesses to close and restaurants serve outdoor only. So it ain't out the woods yet. California's Health Secretary Mark Galey will go back to providing weekly tier updates. Officials said counties still have the authority to set their own restrictions, and some may decide to keep some of the governor's orders in places they see necessary. The announcement comes a few weeks after California lifted the stay-at-home order for the greater Sacramento region. The order was never in effect in Northern California, which consists of 18 counties. Now, Governor Gavin Newsom and state health officials were criticized for withholding data, we talked about this, from the public that helped them determine when this order would be lifted. State health officials defended their action, saying they rely on a very complex set of measurements that will confuse and potentially mislead the public if they were made public. Again, you are not to be trusted. So the metrics that they have available, a lot of them are in the same areas that they were. They're measuring at the same, in terms of the value points, the same spot that they were before, or even worse. Yet now they're lifting this. Look, a lot of people had called that this was going to happen. And you called them conspiracy theorists, but a lot of people said that this was going to happen. in which they said that once the election is over, you're going to start to see people stop with this nonsense. And it sounds crazy, but that's what we're seeing in a lot of areas. That, again, the measures that they were utilizing or claiming to utilize in order to shut people down are at or near the same place that they were before, yet now they're lifting them. Guys, I know it's one of those things that, you know, you love your government so much. You think that they just wouldn't do you wrong. They would never, ever knowingly destroy economies and people's livelihoods for the sake of playing politics. That just doesn't make sense. Why would they do it? People in other countries as well. Why would they? People are evil, guys. I know that bursts your pretty little bubble that people that are in government positions because of your Democratic vote. A lot of these guys are bureaucrats, though. They didn't get voted in. They were like the person that you elected voted them in, or that won the Democratic vote put them in. Some people are just evil. They're just downright evil. I think Governor Gavin Newsom, I think he's an evil, like a legitimate, like a comic book villain, evil. I think he is an evil person. I really do. I don't say that lightly. I actually believe that he is an evil person. I do believe that. Considering that, you know, his benefit from the stimuli, I guess, but his business benefits from there, him being caught in French laundry. Like, when you consider that and you couple all of that with what it is that he's doing to the people in California, yes, I believe that he is an absolutely evil, bad person. And I think a lot of governors are. I think a lot of mayors are, and they are playing politics. Absolutely. And now there has been a shift, namely at the national level. So now these people are expected, when the economy is in shambles, now the Democrats, for example, they have to be the ones to take responsibility for it. So you're going to start seeing people opening. Some people are going to blame it on, like, oh, it's a vaccine, but the vaccine and not the numbers are still where they're at. So that's irrelevant. So either you align with the numbers, which, I mean, hey, just say it if you were, or you were playing politics. And I think it could be a little bit of both, but for sure, what we saw is people playing politics and playing with people's lives for the sake of trying to make their adversaries look bad. Like, look at this virus that is spreading. This is your fault because you didn't do what it is that we said you do. And now that, okay, the shoe's on the other foot, now it's going to be expected that you have to perform. You have to do something about it. Hell, Biden came out the other day, said, well, we can't even change the trajectory of what this virus is going to do for the next 2 months. He just flat out said that. And now you're going to see people start to reopen, not fast, and not all of them. Some of them are still going to be doing what it is they're doing. But a lot of folks, and that's going to be very telling as where they were at. And they were just playing politics. I think people need to retire this idea that just because these guys are and claim to do it for public health, or they claim to care about grandma, claim to care about the kids, and that's what they say is the reason why they're doing this, or they claim to care about you. Like, tongue twister there. Doesn't matter. They are evil people. There are evil people in this world, and they will absolutely do bad things knowingly to people that are living in their geographical areas. And then government, unfortunately, that's what it allows them to do. When you have a territorial monopoly on use of force, violence, and ultimate decision making, well, you get to destroy people's lives and just claim that it was for public health.